Hello, this is Els coming to you from Bemis Crafty Corner, and today I have a review. Okay, so I have found some really cool stuff at the Dollar Tree that I didn't think was going to be really cool, but I did find some stuff this time that I thought might be a little bit different, and some things that I was asked to try. So let's start with this one. So this is the Crafter Square Craft Glue. It's clear, and somebody said that it's supposed to be comparable to like your Beacon 3-in-1. Okay, they're both clear, but I don't know how much further it goes than that. So Beacon says surfaces must be clean and dry. Test first on scrap. Apply glue to the surface. Press together. Do not use varnish furniture as a work surface. And that's all it pretty much says, okay? So this is acid-free and waterproof. This says apply one even coat of glue to clean dry surface. Press and hold firmly. Wipe any residue off with a damp cloth while glue is still wet. For fabrics, ensure fabric is pre-washed, then wait 24 hours. After gluing before washing. It doesn't say anything about it being, you know, acid-free or anything like that. So we're going to try this, and we'll do this one first. So let's get a piece of scrapbook paper and a piece of cardstock. And okay, so this is a cut off the tip, so we'll cut the tip off. There, okay. And it has this little thing here that is like the little cap that snaps on here. That snaps on pretty good. And this is heavyweight, so it's not exactly scrapbook paper. It's more like thin cardstock. And this is your regular 65-pound cardstock. So let's go ahead and put some glue on the back of our paper. All right, so it is clear. Let's see. Let's see if it has chemical smell to it. That'll be something that'll tell us whether this is really comparable to the 3-in-1. It doesn't really have a chemical smell, and I can already see the paper starting to bubble a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and put on our strip of plain colored cardstock. We're going to turn this over, and I can see it's starting to warp a little bit, and it's not the greatest of hold right off the bat. But we're going to go ahead and set that aside for now and see what that does. And we're going to talk about the next thing. So the next thing I found were these. These are from Jot, and they're called markers. It's supposed to be silver ink with a colorful outline. Okay. On the back it says, for best results, with cap on marker, shake several times. Press the tip down until the ink begins to flow, then recap the marker tightly after use. So I think we'll use the blue because that'll show up, I think, pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and open one of these up here. And we're going to get a piece of plain white cardstock. I'm going to shake this up. Okay, there is something in it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We're going to open it. And we're going to press it down a couple of times. Whoa, that was quick. All right, that went really quick. So we're supposed to be able to write with this, and it's supposed to be colored ink, and then it's supposed to outline in silver. So, or it's silver, and it's supposed to outline in a color. So let's get rid of this mess up here where it kind of bloobed. Yeah, it bloobed. Yeah, so it does. It writes in silver and it outlines in a bit of a color. Let's try the purple one. This has a bit of an odor. Again, it comes out really fast. Okay. So getting it started, it's going to make a mess. So don't put it on your project to start it. Let's start with that. Again, it's a nice thick silver line with a color outline. Does it automatically. We're going to do the last one here. I only found 3 colors. Excuse me. It was like a pink, like a bright pink, the blue, and the gold. Okay, so the gold is actually working a little better as far as a start. So let's see what happens. Yeah, so that's kind of the same thing. It's a silver inside and then like a yellowish gold on the outside. So, I mean, they're $1. Now that we've actually started them, let's see how, this works. So it's a little better after you get it started the first time. The blue seems to be fine. The pink seems to be fine. And the gold seems to be fine. So, they seem to work pretty good. They're kind of cool. Once they're dry, they don't smudge or anything. I'm not seeing any, this one still, but it's still a little wet. So it does take a few seconds for it to dry without getting any rub off from it. But, not bad. Let me see. We'll use a paper towel. Let's see. All right, so if you really press on it, it will blur. So, you want to be careful. Yep, it'll blur. It'll take the silver off is what it does. And so you don't want to press on it. So this is probably not waterproof. But, it might be fun. It might be fun to use for a project. So for $1, you can't beat it. They're $1 a piece. They're at your local Dollar Tree. These are Jot markers, silver ink with colorful outline. That's all they're calling them is marker. This is the package. It's the do-it-yourself. So this is the package. So if you want to grab some of these, go ahead and see if your Dollar Tree has any. And, they're kind of cool. They're not bad. They're not fantastic, but they're not bad. Okay. I will give you this, though. Look, they bleed through really heavy. So be careful. Okay? All right. That being said, hey, that's my scrap paper. I don't want to get rid of that. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We've given this a few minutes. Okay, first, it's very bowed. I don't know if you guys can see. See that nice big curve? This was flat paper when I started. There's really no wrinkling here, but you can see where it's very bowed. That's bowed. Let's see about adhesion, because it's been on there for a few minutes. Adhesion's not bad. I mean, it's pulling the paper apart, so that's not bad. Okay, so let's talk about, our 2 products today, and are they worth the money? Well, the liquid outline markers, these were the only colors I could find except for silver, but who wants a silver glitter outlined in silver? That's just a silver marker, right? So I did find these. There were 4 colors that I found. There could be other colors, and I just don't have them in my store. Hard to say. As far as performance goes, I think it is very subject to what you're going to be using them for. If you don't care because you're using like thick material, so it doesn't matter, it can bleed a little bit, you're okay. But if you're using 65-pound cardstock, as a matter of fact, the paper that we use today, this is 110-pound Neenah cardstock. So, and it still bled through. So if bleeding is going to be an issue, this may not be an option for you. But if you're going to like put it onto something and then glue that something down onto something else, this would probably be okay. For choice of colors, it's a 5. For doing what it says it does, which is basically writing in silver and outlining it in another color, 8. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. I would like to see a little more of that color on the edge. Let's see what else. For the price, I mean, you can't beat a buck, right? So I'm going to say overall on these, we're looking at about a 7 on the satisfaction for these. About a 7. I don't know that I would use them that frequently, but there could be a purpose or a time that I would want to use them. And so I would just have to remember those key things. You know, if I'm going to use it, I have to use it on something that I'm going to glue to something else because it will bleed. Be careful when I get started with them because I don't want them to like glob all over the place. So, you know, maybe make sure that I get it started on another piece of paper or something. So other than those, I would just, you know, be careful with these. But for $1, it's a great deal. Now let's talk about the Crafter Square Craft Glue, the clear craft glue. This is exactly what it says it is. It is a clear craft glue. I don't like that there's no ingredients on here. It doesn't tell me what's in the product. There's no warning labels or anything on it. When I look at this one, you know, this tells me some, you know, that there's some things in here that I need to be concerned about as far as like making sure you can breathe. Don't use near, you know, when you're smoking or near flames or anything like that, because this stuff is highly flammable and it says that. This, I don't think it is because it doesn't have a chemical smell. I think this is more of a water-based adhesive than your 3-in-1 is. Now, design of the product, yeah, I like this little cap. I like that when I take it off, it goes out of the way and I don't have to worry about it. I like that. I like that it snaps back on. I do not like that I cannot control the size of the hole at the end of the tip. I like the convenient size of the bottle. It's a nice, heavy bottle. It's a nice size for your hand. It fits well because I have big hands and this thing fits in here nice. So that is a very nice thing. Let's take a look at performance. So it does bow, but I don't see any rippling here. And I'm seriously, it is bowed, you know. You can see that comes up off the adhesion. Look at this. It adheres it. This is like, it's stuck on here, okay? So adhesion, it works. It really does adhere the paper. You know, I mean, come on. It does adhere it. It's just that bow. It bows it. But, you know, if you're going to be using this like on a tag or something, you don't care if it's bowed. This is going to be a really inexpensive replacement for 3-in-1 glue. I'm just saying, you know, for your clear glues, your Fabri-Tac, your 3-in-1. It's not a bad deal. This one, for the product itself, like for its adhesion and everything, it's a 9. It does exactly what it says it's going to do without the bog of eternal stench smell. As far as like the product and the ability to use it, I kind of have to go down to a 7 on this one because of the tip. I don't like the tip, but I could replace that if, you know, if I wasn't being lazy, because that looks like it's pretty much a fairly standard glue tip. And it does bow a little bit, you know, so performance 6. So overall, I would say it's probably about 7, 7.5, guys. It's not a bad deal for $1. It's a good convenient size too. So if you're traveling, this is going to take up less space than this. So just, you know, this is 1.7 fluid ounces for $1. This is 4 fluid ounces for like, what, $7, $8? So that is entirely up to you, but not a bad product. I would probably use it again. I don't know that I would use it in something that I was going to be giving as a gift or that I was going to be selling, but if I was certainly making something for around the house, just for my own personal use, I would definitely use it. I like it. All right, guys, that is it for me. Listen, if you haven't done so already and you're new here, go ahead and hit that red button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, and share me with all of your friends. And then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and then our friends can be each other's friends. And before you know it, we have a whole community full of friends. And that is, after all, what it is all about. Until I see you again, guys, please stay safe. Bye-bye.